Brilliant. Love that, Mark. I don't think I've been called a master mixologist ever, but I'll take that. Really nice to be here. My name's Jeremy Bassett, and I run CoCubed, and we're really proud partners of MadFest. We're running the House of Innovation, where we've got 34 companies that are there pioneering the future of marketing. But let me share a 30-second overview of what we do at CoCubed. Oh, maybe. Let's see if we can do that. Yes. There it is. Let's go. So at CoCubed, we believe that the future of marketing that already exists. It just hasn't necessarily been scaled. And it's startups who are inventing that future. And that's exactly what we're doing here today at the brand innovation stage. It's what we're doing in the House of Innovation. It's what we do every day at CoCubed, connecting the world's biggest brands with the world's most innovative startups. We cover 12 million startups around the world, and so we have literally searched every corner of the globe to bring you the companies that are here today. And if you're interested in how you can work with startups, and we'd love to support you in that, we do believe there's a startup for that. So if you're interested in meeting other companies, you're about to see a handful of them pitch now. But if you're interested in meeting other companies, we can make that happen for you right here at MadFest through our speed date. So click the QR code and we'll get you hooked up for your first startup date. All right, it's very tech Tinder. Let's move on from that though and have a look at our first challenge, which is from Boots. Why don't you give it up for Steph?
Wow.
There we go. Crowd goes wild.
Not overwhelming at all.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. It's lovely to meet you. My name's Steph Taylor. I'm Head of Media Planning and Strategy at Boots. It's wonderful to be here today. Not daunting at all, looking at all your faces in the crowd. So, yeah.
And Steph, tell us a little bit more about your role. What do you do in media?
Wow. So I look after Boots UK. My wonderful team are all down here today with me. Not daunting at all in any of this. So yeah, my role is basically the media planning and strategy across all of our Boots UK campaigns. So everything from Christmas to summer, beauty, healthcare. But today I'm here to talk about healthcare. Very excited. Perfect. And share a little bit more about the challenge. So we've got a 20K paid pilot that's going to be announced at the end of this. Yeah. What are you going to be looking for? What's the challenge? Oh, well, I mean, look, everybody here I'm pretty sure knows Boots, right? We're over 170 years old, over 2,000 stores. I'm pretty sure everyone will have been here. But for those of you that don't know, we are a pharmacy-led health and beauty retailer. And Boots have been with people, for hundreds and hundreds of years now, whether it was, healthcare for a shilling, all the way through to the pandemic and how we support people. And consumer behaviours change, right? It's completely different these days. So what I'm looking for today is how we can reach customers in a way that's really convenient for them. So it could be through, a personal consultation over the phone with a doctor or pharmacist, or equally it could be going into one of our stores. It's how do we reach them at the right place, right time. Interesting.
Very cool. Well, thanks, Steph, for setting us up. Why don't you grab a seat? This is all very Dragon's Den. So the way it's going to work is the startups are going to do a 3-minute pitch, and then Steph's going to ask questions for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to go to the next company, and then after that, Steph will come back and announce the winner of the 20K paid pilot. So to kick things off, we have our first startup coming up to pitch. The clicker is struggling for me. I'm not sure if that's just because I've got a bad click. But our first company is actually a spin-out from the FT. To tell you more about Alpha Grid, please give it up for Liam.
Thank you. You have to let me know when the time starts. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Great. Can everybody hear me? Hear me right? Yeah, great. Nice. Let's have it. So, 3 minutes, let's get into it. We started looking at this brief. We divided this into 3 key insights. Number 1, an overloaded health service, an increased pharmacy capability on the horizon after Rishi Sunak's recent announcement, and an increase in wearables, so peripherals like Apple Watches, Whoop bands, that kind of thing. And then we split the brief into 2 parts. One, tech, so engagement through tech. So that means for us deploying personalized content and AI to help us make an impact on the hearts and minds of the audience. Second to that is omnichannel, so giving the best experience to everybody possibly can, regardless of where they are, and giving them something that we can, a chance that we can speak to them en masse at scale. The plan then, so we thought it really important to position Boots as the second aid between folk medicine or at-home medicine and a GP or hospital visit, all by enabling circular wellness, which is a trend I'm sure you're all familiar with. So I'd like to introduce you to a friend of ours, Dr. Boots. He is your personal trainer, dietitian, pocket doctor. They're a friendly, customizable figurehead for the Boots super app. So what is it? It's just that. It's a free super app. It gives you the best of Boots, and alongside that, a few new upgrades as well. So whether that is general advice, bespoke recipes, exercise plans, mental health services, all the way to virtual diagnoses and access to medicine and prescription renewals. You start off by talking about the goals that you'd like to achieve or the condition. Perhaps you just can't shift. Perhaps you'd like to be more heart healthy but don't like salad. We can generate an AI recipe for that. Onto exercise plans. If you don't like burpees like me, get a new plan straight away. And then when something does need attention, there are diagnostic and treatment tools. So prescription can happen all within the app. Imagine, for instance, an eye test through your iPhone camera with immediate outcomes and results for you. So this is the user journey. And then obviously the final part of that is with points, advantage points earned through the use of the app and achievement of goals, you get funneled back into the shop, which is nicely tucked away within the app itself. So that's the sort of idea. What does it look like in terms of a campaign? So we've got our app, our peripherals, our loyalty cards, but we know a lot of our audience are not quite as tech savvy. So we have a new triple-digit number. For those who are not tech savvy, they can get access 90-odd% of the elements in the app, all through the phone. And as we look after the older segment, we also look after the youth. So youth-focused Be Real and TikTok campaigns will really bring Dr. Boots to life. We also have sort of an out-of-home stunt billboard idea, which is an eye test that you can then follow through to actually process through the app, and it wouldn't be right to leave out influencers. So AI recipes and exercise plans are backed by influencers just to give that extra bit of authenticity. So all in all, it's a great tool to shift people towards circular wellness, and it's a fantastic product funnel with incentivized use. And yeah, it's an ecosystem in and of itself. It's the Boots app. It's Dr. Boots. It's it's the second aid. That's me.
Brilliant. Well done. Stay up here, Liam. We're going to have a couple of questions from Steph. Loving Dr. Boots.
I love Dr. Boots. I think Dr. Boots is very, very interesting. No, I think fantastic proposition. I love the idea of having everything all in one place. I suppose at the moment, and I think I can spot some people from our app team over there, there's Rachel and Eve, we obviously have the Boots app at the moment. Do you think that this type of technology could integrate into that, or would you see it being something that would be almost like a separate thing? I'm just thinking about customers having lots of different things on their phone.
I think it would be the Boots app. So you get into the store through that app. You also, the key thing for us to brand it as Dr. Boots and to give it a face and to give it something warm and customizable was to basically grab people's attention and say, it's all here. You don't have to leave this. It's almost a walled garden kind of ecosystem. And the idea is effectively that, you can, it's circular wellness, but it's also the hardcore sort of beauty end as well, and the sort of retail end. So all in one app, and all together.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I love that. I think that was my main question about how we integrate it broader, but yeah, love that. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Well done, Liam. Thanks for kicking us off. So for any brand or marketing leader, you've got complex platforms and lots of different channels to integrate. A company that is bringing transparency, governance, and an overview of how everything comes together is our next startup. Let me click onto this. And from Mint, please give it up for Pierre.
Thank you very much. Which one do I use? This. Thanks. Okay, so just a few words about Mint. So we are a SaaS platform, software as a service, and we operate in the advertising and marketing space. Our mission and vision is to enable brands like Boots, to improve their governance, their transparency, and their efficiency. So, the last 15 years, what we've seen is that organizations have adopted ERP systems and CRM systems to manage their internal resources, their supply chain. However, when it comes to marketing and advertising and media, there isn't a platform that unifies all the information. And that's why we've built our platform called ARM, which stands for Advertising Resource Management. Essentially what we do is we connect all the advertising resources in one single place, from the initial brief, moving on to kind of building your media plan, activating and trafficking your campaigns, doing optimization, and get all the information in one single place. So when we come to when it comes to the challenge, obviously being kind of a business application, the solution that we are proposing to Boots is to adopt a platform that provides a single source of truth for all the information and all the data that Boots is collecting through various kind of channels to inform their omnichannel strategy and leverage the latest AI technology to improve their results. What does that mean for Boots? When it comes to the data, we're talking about building advertising equity. And that means, essentially, what does that mean for Boots? And why is it important? Well, first of all, is ownership of all the information that is coming from all the different channels, your paid media activity, but also other marketing channels, your app, your hub as well. The other thing is data integrity, because you want to be able to have all the data in one place, obviously own it. You don't want intermediaries to have access to it, but you also want to be able to kind of normalize it and harmonize it, to be able to compare all the different sources and actually make decisions on how you want to run your strategy. And then last but not least is kind of strengthen your governance. That's we think it's absolutely key for Boots. Then because we're not just a dashboard or a BI tool, and we connect all the different steps, through our platform, you're also able, we've done more than 350 integrations with all the ad tech layer across 16 digital channels. So once you've unified all the data, it's to be able to actually activate your campaigns across multiple channels. And why is this important? Well, because you want to manage the entire process through one single platform. You want to break through silos. You still have specialists working across different channels, but you want to have all the data in one place. And more importantly for a CMO and marketing director is to be able to go onto the platform at a click of a button and see how the campaign's actually performing. It's also very important in terms of efficiency, because we cut down all the manual work, and we know in digital advertising there is a lot of manual work going on, and also reduce or eradicate kind of human error. And it's also a collaboration tool, because it allows you to work with your in-house team and media agencies all working together in one single platform and sharing information. And then we were asked about leveraging kind of the latest technology sorry. Yeah. So we have built kind of we have a proprietary AI a tool within the platform that does effectively two things. One is to do what we call predictive planning. So it's by storing all the information in one place, have all the historical data, you're able to inform your future strategies, improve your media plan campaigns as and when you run them. And also, very importantly, is to optimize all the campaigns in real time. Again, because you're able to activate all the different channels, you're getting all the results in real time, you're able to actually leverage our AI technology to improve the results in real time. So, just to kind of sum up, we are proposing a platform that enables you to have everything in one place. Whether you're working with your agency as well, it's a collaborative tool, but ultimately own the data, strengthen your governance, and get more information in real time so that you're actually able to make decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Pierre. So, Steph, jump back up here. Let's get a couple of questions.
I mean, firstly, thank you. That's absolutely incredible. I think one of the biggest challenges that we face at Boots is we have a wealth of data from different sources and having it all in one place. So how frequent does the data update? Is it daily? Is it weekly to be able to make those optimizations in
So
flight?
obviously it depends on the channels, but we've done integrations with across all the channels like search, social, programmatic, and so we have APIs in place that allows us to get actually data in real time. So once a day you'll get the data into the platform, so you'll be able to go in and see how your campaigns are performing across all the different channels. And the AI tool allows you to make recommendations on how you want to optimize your omnichannel activity and shift budgets depending on the results that you're getting.
Perfect. And when we're looking at all of that data as well from a kind of aggregated view, are we able to kind of set things like attribution windows all to the same? So again, if we're looking at kind of like what's the sales or what's the revenue that's coming off the back of something, we can clearly see that it's all telling the same story, so to speak.
Absolutely. Again, I mean, we are able to centralize all the kind of media activity, but also depending on how you track things on your app or on your website. So we've got integrations with the likes of Google Analytics, for example. So you're able to centralize all the KPIs, all the conversions, all the visits, all the main metrics that you're looking to understand how your campaigns are performing.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Pierre. Fantastic. Well done. We're 2 down. We've got 3 to go. And our next company looks at how do you take the 50,000 people that Boots employs and use them to help achieve the challenge that Steph set us. So from our next startup, please give it up for Wiser.
Hello. Does this work? Or use the mic? So we're Wiser. Now, if you know Wiser, if you've heard of us, we are actually an employer branding and people consultant. So we're going to flip the script slightly, turn the question on its head, and talk about how we can create an omnichannel experience to attract talent and bring them into your organization. So we're going to do this using Phoebe, who is a persona. She is a pharmaceutical student. Boots employs pharmaceutical students, and a lot of your workforce is made up of them. So how are you going to cater your experience to fit for Phoebe? So, firstly, she is going to discover. So she's served ads through an overarching Life at Boots TikTok. Now, there's a real opportunity here. You have many TikTok pages, but you don't actually have an overarching page for Life at Boots. So, perfect way to engage Gen Z talent. She then clicks through the Life at Boots page and sees what working at Boots is actually like. Now, people who've done this perfectly, M&S Romford, there's a real opportunity for Boots to do the same. Speak to your target talent, show them what your organization can offer them, and create a nice, diverse funnel of talent into your business. And then looking at connecting, it looks like a supportive, engaging, diverse company signs up for a campus event via an easy-to-click link on the advert. And she receives a confirmation, which is an impressive employee video, shows her all the different roles available with Boots Healthcare. And this is a little example of some work we've done with McCain to do similar, creating a talent attraction film to bring people into the organization and give an authentic window into your world. And then as she goes to the campus event, she is engaged by your student ambassadors. Now, again, a clear opportunity there to engage your people. As far as we know, Boots don't currently have any campus ambassadors, but people trust people. Peer-to-peer promotion is the best way to get talent into an organization. People trust people, so she interacts with your student ambassadors, and then she moves, as she's going through the campus event, with a Boots AR filter, shows her the employee life cycle. Somebody's doing a testimonial, talking about how they have had a beautiful experience at Boots, how they've gone from early talent through to leadership positions. Perfect way to engage them. And then she's converted as she leaves the event by scanning a QR code, which takes her straight through to the application page for Boots grad scheme. Finally, she shares her experience on social media using the event hashtag, encourages her course mates to attend. So, where are the opportunities for Wiser to help out or Boots to do themselves? So, paid social. full funnel campaigns. As far as we know, you're only using your campaigns for talent attraction purposes, but there's an opportunity there to run brand awareness campaigns as well. TikTok, create a dedicated life at or jobs TikTok page to give Gen Z a window into your world. On-campus activity, student ambassadors to spread awareness of the opportunities you have on offer. And then an opportunity to then measure the impact. One of the key issues that we see across the board, people don't have the ability to measure spend on employer branding or measure return on investment. Now, that's where wisdom comes into play.
Thank you. So wisdom, as Kuda said, we don't currently have a way of tracking the perception of your employer brand. Obviously in the consumer world it's a very, very well done thing, but sadly the employer branding world is decades behind. Q, wisdom. So wisdom is our tool to measure the perception of your employer brand over time. And sorry, I'm just going to grab that one. So we do this, it's a 6-month study that we send out to the working population. We do it in the UK, we also do it in Europe. And we basically ask questions around what people think about work as a whole, what people think about your brand, and finally, what people think about your competitors. So it's a kind of two-pronged approach here. So we start off by asking 10,000 of the working population questions about their affinity with work. So, do they enjoy work? How likely are they to leave? Have they moved in the last 6 months? What are their priorities? We then ask them the same thing about their talent attraction. So if they were to leave, what are they looking for? What are they looking for on your job ads, on your websites? What are the benefits that are most important to them? And then finally, the kind of types of messaging and visuals that appeal to them most in their job search. We then show your employer brand, we sort of ask people who know your employer brand, 2,500 people, what they think about your company. So how happy do they think your people are? How inclusive do they think you are? How likely are they to work for you? And also, how likely are they to buy from you? And what we found in the last few studies we've done is that on average, people are 43% more likely to buy from you if they are to work for you. So, I mean, if you need a case for proving ROI of employer branding, there it is. And then finally, we showed them your employer brand content and asked them exactly the same questions again. And it means we can compare what they thought of you before seeing your content versus after. Obviously the idea is we'd like these scores to improve. It's not always the case, but it's a really good way of seeing the difference your employer brand can have. So the dashboard itself, this is just a bit of a preview of what you get. What's really great about this is you can actually break it up by age, demographic, ethnicity, different sort of talent groups. So you can then see what kind of aspects of your brand appeal most to different talent groups, which means that you can edit your marketing strategy, your talent marketing strategy accordingly, whether it's somebody under the age of 20 living in the north of England looking at tech versus someone over the age of 50 going into marketing in the south. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really like how you took the brief and completely flipped it. And yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, we've got over 2,000 stores. There's a lot of employees that sit within that. And how do you bring that next generation in? So there's lots to think about here. I think one question I did have, and you kind of touched upon it earlier, was who do you think does kind of like that employer brand piece really, really well? I know you mentioned Marks and Spencer's, but I just think it's great inspiration for us to think about as part of this.
There are so many brands that we think do employer branding really well. Kraft Heinz do a fantastic job of developing a strong employer brand, catering to not only Gen Z talent, but blue-collar workers across the board. They have an employer brand that can flex for apprentices, for graduates, all the way through to seasoned workers. And one of the things that's so great about their employer brand is the way that they give people that window into their world. So very strong on social media, the usual sort of life at Kraft Heinz, this is my day-to-day routine, but as well as that, they do a really good job of just onboarding their people as well.
Okay, thank you. That was it. Thank you so much.
Steph.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Wiser. All right, for our next company, we're going to be looking at how you can use video to drive engagement, but also shoppability. So from Scholium, please give it up to Tanju.
So I'm delighted to be here today to represent Scholium Platform. It's the leading SE content agency, which basically bridges the gap between e-commerce and content. and it goes hand in hand with our API software, which allows you to promote customer engagement as well as increase your sales without any redirects. So it's a revolutionary solution that enables brands to connect to their official website and integrate the act of purchasing directly within the audiovisual content, offering an immersive and transparent purchasing experience for customers. The current challenges that Boots face, of course, are meeting customers' growing expectations of shopping experience. Customers are looking for relevant advice and information on pharmacy and healthcare products. The latest technologies offer new opportunities to enhance the omnichannel experience and engage customers in a more personalized way. We understand at Scholium how the technology will promote customer engagement in the long term, as there will be less redirects, the bounce rates will decrease, and it will offer a fluid experience directly into your site. And it will also give you access to healthcare professionals, which will allow you to, of course, book meetings, purchase products, all within the audiovisual content. Enhance customer engagement. Unique visitors spending more time on your site, exploring your content and buying your products without the need for intense browsing or being redirected page to page will again allow you to increase your sales. Within the SVE API, you can create an environment where your customers can enjoy a completely engaging experience, including seeing products in real life without ever leaving your ecosystem. This translates into a greater customer loyalty and a significant increase in sales conversion, as well as upselling and cross-selling products as a whole, increasing total revenue. We also offer a communication system where we can promote and build a system where we can create audiovisual content. Your visitors will have access to rich content, interactive videos, personalized recommendations, and promotional offers, all from within the site. This strengthens your marketing position and sets you apart from your competitors. Increasing sales and conversion rates. Immersive shopping experiences boost sales and reduces cart abandonment. Personalization and targeting promotions increases conversion rates. By integrating Scholium's SVI software, you can revolutionize your customers' online experience. You'll be able to capture their attention, fully engage them with your content, and decrease the bounce rates. Improving loyalty is one of our main reasons to promote our SV API software. Expert advice consolidates Boots' reputation as the benchmark for pharmacy and healthcare. The competitive advantage of this is offering an innovative omni-channel shopping experience. Boots sets itself apart from its competitors. The use of latest technologies positions Boots as an industry leader. We are excited to be working with Boots to implement the SVE API and reinvent the omni-channel shopping experience. Our experienced team will work closely with you to ensure a seamless, customized SVE API integration. Together, we'll create an unforgettable shopping experience for Boots customers and propel your business to new heights. I am, of course, the new business development manager for the UK industry. We will be launching our UK office in September after announcing some of the work we do with our clients, which include Chanel, Bulgari, Twinings, Pizza Hut, and L'Oreal. We also have a patent for the redirections, so any other business will not be allowed to do this, as well as having a patent for over 500 million products. We will be taking over the world with this. It's a technology that we will be taking over with. We've already started with France. In France, we've taken over. We're launching an office in Dubai. So if Boots are seeking for healthcare professionals, advice from healthcare professionals, all products and services that can help increase revenue through audiovisual content, it will be done via that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Humble ambitions there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, Jeff.
Love it. Thank you so much. That was really, really interesting to see, and I have no doubt you're going to take over the world with this. So I think the big question from me here is around the integration. So we mentioned earlier that we've got obviously the Boots app, but then also we've got the website as well. Do you see that the software can work across both of those platforms?
Yes, it definitely can do.
Yeah.
So it's a one-stop shop. It will be embedded within the website. So it will be an audiovisual content. Clients, customers will be able to interact with healthcare professionals, purchase products, as well as book meetings all within the audiovisual content.
Nice. And does it only sit within like a Boots site? Could it sit, for instance, on YouTube, or is it only kind of?
Yeah, so it'll be launched back into our SE content landing page.
Yeah.
So it won't be on YouTube.
No.
But we can, of course, cater for that.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have one more company to go, and our next company looks at how the way that brands can use AR to drive immersive experience. From Rock Paper Reality, please give it up for Joseph.
Sound test. Good test? Sound test? Yeah? Oh, perfect. Just first thing to preface the pitch is that we only found out 20 minutes ago that we were going to be pitching, so this is not fully customized or personalized, so some of it will be off the cuff. Great. Oops. Nope. Nope. Keep going. These are not the slides. Nope. That's a fail. Anyway, technical glitch. It's being sorted. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Great. So I work for Rock Paper Reality. We are an immersive services agency. So we specialize in providing the biggest brands in the world's advice and strategy for immersive. And also we produce, deliver, and execute the content for those experiences. We do focus on marketing and e-commerce. So how do we create solutions and experiences that will drive outcomes and move the needle across the sales funnel? So why augmented reality and immersive? This snapshot gives you a clear differentiation between your sort of normal, flat, 2D, traditional way of consuming content. It's very passive, it's lean back, very interactive, there's very little going on. Versus on the right, you can see with augmented reality, your brain is far more triggered, activated, fired up. So it's more of a lean-in, participatory, I'm engaging, I'm doing, I'm empowered, I'm actually taking control of how this experience is having an impact on me. And this also, of course, has an impact on visual retention, memory recall, be able to kind of then carry out with a call to action, be able to drive them to the next stage in the sales funnel. So augmented reality is omnichannel native. That means that it does support, that strategy to be able to meet the consumer where they are across, all those different touch points, whether it's online, offline, through email, through your CRM strategy, through a website. Essentially it works with a QR code or a hyperlink. So you're able to distribute, that URL or QR code to that touch point and be able to, as easy a website, activate it, and you're able to consume the content. So it's very, very easy that way. You're able to target it through all those different channels. So if we took that, how that could work for Boots is, well, how can we look at those different channels? How can we look at the packaging? How can you create an extension that will bring to life the product, bring to life the brand, be able to make it much more three-dimensional, more interactive, make it more engaging? That could be through bringing a spokesperson to life, through bringing a brand ambassador, be able to talk about the product, be able to show what the product is made of, be able to provide instructions, more information, very, very rich in terms of the content. And also be able to measure all that engagement, all that activity, what a person is doing, from beginning to end. So be able to back that up with all the data analytics. This is an example of how we helped Ben & Jerry's, along with Adobe, be able to solve one of their common problems. They have many different types of sundae ice creams. So how they're able to tell the story of all the different sundaes, be able to show what's made in a sundae, bring those ingredients to life, show what it's made of, be able to tell that story in a much more fun and whimsical way that's much more memorable, whimsical, and engaging for the consumer. And it also supports that, again, connected packaging and also omnichannel, being able to create that digital version of the experience to meet the consumer across many different touch points. And this is something we did with Ben & Jerry's, to be able to tell that story through a gamified content where the user would have to perform different gaming mechanics to be able to solve the different puzzles and at the same time learn about the products. Another example for Jackson Family Wines, also one of their main problems is how do we scale sales? How do we bring to life, our salesperson, their founder, through a hologram, and all of a sudden you're able to replicate, distribute that through all your channels in a way that's, again, much more photorealistic and engaging. And what was a very small, obscure brand all of a sudden became the favorite for the distributors, for the shops. They want to put it front and center to create that engagement tool. And also very successful, 140 million impressions, 5-minute plus dwell time, 50,000 first-party data, emails captured through the experience. So very successful for them as well, and skyrocketed their sales. And we've worked with the biggest brands, biggest technology providers across the industry, very strong in CPG brands as well. And that's all from Rock Paper Reality. We are in the House of Innovation hangar, so come and meet us later.
Perfect. Thanks, Joseph.
Coming up?
Yeah, come up. Let's jump into some questions.
Well, thank you. I can't believe you've literally just done that in about 20 minutes. Was that preparation? Is that what it was? That's incredible. Well done. Yeah, I think the world of AR is really, really exciting, and I really love your approach around, how it's not just one channel specific. It can be across multiple channels. I think that's really, really important. I think, yeah, in fact, I don't actually really have any questions off the back of that, if I'm being completely honest, other than it seems like a really exciting proposition. And yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
All right. Cool. So we're going to give Steph a minute to think about the winner of the brand challenge. But while she does that, let me give you a little bit of an update about what's going on and how you can get involved here at MadFest. So if you like this format of seeing startups pitch to major brands to explore opportunities to partner, then we do this every day at CoCubed, and every now and then through our podcast. There's a startup for that. You can check that out on any channels that you get podcasts. Always a good listen. The other thing is, right here at the show, we've got startup speed dating that's happening. So like I mentioned, we've got over 30 companies that are pioneering the future of marketing. They're pioneering the future of solutions for brands like Boots, but they're probably pioneering solutions that could be relevant to you as well. So do check them out. And we have speed dating, which is a great way to check them out. So in half an hour, you meet 5 companies. We make sure you don't get stuck in any awkward conversations, and it will give you the chance to see startups that could be relevant to you. And then last thing to say is this is the first of 6 brand challenges that we're doing across MadFest. Right after lunch, we'll be back in here with Mars looking at how we can use startups to bring greater insights and solve some of their consumer research challenges. So do join us back here at 2:35 to see the Mars Challenge. But right now, it's time to hear back from Steph. So Steph, come and join me. Thank you for kicking off our brand challenges, Steph. Obviously, we started the session with Dr. Boots, and we looked at the solution from AlphaGrid. Thoughts on Dr. Boots and AlphaGrid?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, a massive thank you to every single person today who's presented. So much amazing work that's gone in. I think we loved the idea of Dr. Boots, but I think we've got a winner, but it's not going to be Dr. Boots, unfortunately.
Okay,
but
cool,
I do love Dr. Boots. Thank you so much.
Cool. And then we looked at Mint, and we looked at how they can provide a single source of truth.
Yeah.
Thoughts
absolutely.
on Mint?
Love Mint, love the proposition. I want to have a conversation with them afterwards. And Peter Grant somewhere is in the room as well, who looks after all of our measurement, who's also doing a talk today. Go ahead and watch him as well. But I think there's lots of opportunity, but not not the mint guys.
Cool. Don't announce the winner just yet. We'll come back to the winner.
Okay.
Just keep the suspense.
Okay.
And then we looked at Wiser and looked at talent attraction.
Yeah. So I
Wiser?
loved their proposition. I loved how they flipped the brief. Obviously mentioned that in the kind of feedback. I think there's so much that you can do around kind of employee and building that brand element. I thought they were really, really good. Really like those guys.
Cool. And then we had a look at Scolium, their big idea for immersive shopping.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, again, love the idea of kind of, tapping into kind of more visual kind of content to get people to shop. I thought that was really exciting opportunity there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we finished with Rock Paper Reality, looking at the world of AR.
Yes. Again, the world of AR is just such an exciting time, and again, it's great because there's so much opportunities with every single person. I can see lots of different avenues with people, but love their proposition on holistic approach to AR rather than just like focus, for instance, through social media. I thought was really good. Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, but of course there can only be one winner. You've already given us a hint, narrowed it down to 3. So why don't we do a quick drum roll? The winner of the 20K paid pilot from Boots is...
It's going to be our wonderful last entrant who's come into it. So
wow. Rock Paper Reality.
Rock Paper Reality. Yeah.
Wow. There we go.
Well done.
All right, let's get a quick photo here. There we go. Perfect.
Thank
Give
you.
it up to Joseph.
Thank you.
All right. Well done to all of our startups. Amazing solutions, great ideas. Do check them out in the House of Innovation, and we'll be back here 2:35 where we'll be looking at the challenge from Mars. But right now, let me give it back to Mark.
Thank you, Jeremy. Let's give Jeremy and CoCube team a round of applause.